The United States and Israel's war on Iran has entered a new phase after Mojtaba Khamenei's first statement as the new supreme leader. In remarks carried by Iranian state media and posted on X, he said attacks on U.S. bases in the region will continue, the Strait of Hormuz will stay closed as leverage, and Iran will seek compensation from its enemies. He also called for national unity and support for people harmed by the war.
همچنان از اهرم مسدود کردن تنگه هرمز باید استفاده شود و در مورد گشودن دیگر جبهه‌های آسیب‌پذیر دشمن فعال سازی آن در صورت استمرار وضع جنگی و بنابر رعایت مصالح صورت خواهد گرفت. همچنین از رزمندگان جبهه مقاومت تشکر صمیمانه دارم. ما کشورهای جبهه مقاومت را بهترین دوستان خود می‌دانیم.
On the ground, US and Israeli strikes inside Iran are still intensifying. Iranian and international reporting says there were fresh blasts in and around Tehran, including near Mehrabad airport, as well as in Karaj, Avaz, and Kashan. CENTCOM says about 6,000 targets have been struck in Iran since the war began, with more than 90 Iranian vessels damaged or destroyed, including over 30 mine-laying vessels. At the same time, Tehran is still under a near-total internet blackout, with residents describing one of the war's most intense nights of bombardment. Iran, meanwhile, says its own retaliation is not slowing down. Iranian media and officials say the country has launched the 42nd wave of Operation True Promise, targeting US bases, Israeli sites and Gulf targets. Missiles triggered sirens in central Israel and Tel Aviv, while Iran also widened its threats at sea and in energy markets by warning that any new strike on its ports or energy facilities could be met with attacks on oil and gas infrastructure across the region. Iranian officials also said some non-US and non-Israel linked ships have been allowed through Hormuz with permission, even as the broader threat remains in place. That wider regional pressure is becoming more visible by the hour. Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, the UAE, and Qatar all reported intercepting fresh Iranian projectiles, while Bahrain activated alarms and urged people to seek shelter. Qatar also pushed back against Israeli media claims that it halted LNG production to manipulate prices, saying the suspension followed an Iranian drone strike and that safety came first. The UAE says repeated Iranian attacks have already caused deaths and injuries, while Oman and Iraq have also faced spillover from the fighting. The war continues, feeding directly into the global oil shock. After Mojtaba Khamenei said Hormuz must remain shut, Brent crude settled above $100 a barrel for the first time since August 2022, while the IEA said this is the biggest oil supply disruption in market history. The agency's record 400 million barrel release is now being matched by national contributions, including from Italy, while companies like TotalEnergies say they are shutting production in parts of Qatar, Iraq, and the UAE, costing the firm about 15% of global output. In Washington, the message remains hardline. President Donald Trump said the war is coming along very well, claimed the US has knocked out Iran's leadership twice, and said 28 mine-led vessels have been hit. He also argued that higher oil prices benefit the US because it is the world's largest producer, even as the White House considers a temporary Jones Act waiver to ease domestic energy and agriculture shipments.
The situation with Iran is moving along very rapidly. It's doing very well. Our military is unsurpassed. There's never been anything like it. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. And we're doing what has to be done. Should have been done during a 47-year period. Could have been done by a lot of different people. They chose not to do it. But they really are a nation of terror and hate.
Pentagon officials, meanwhile, say the aircraft carrier USS Gerald Ford remains operational after a non-combat fire injured 2 sailors, and a KC-135 refueling aircraft was lost in western Iraq in what CENTCOM says was not hostile fire. There is also a growing cyber and civilian dimension to the war. Medical device maker Stryker says a cyber attack has caused widespread disruption to parts of its business, while an Iran-linked group claimed responsibility and tied it to a strike on a girls' school in Minab. At the same time, the US says it has organized nearly 50 flights to bring Americans home from the Middle East, while governments and companies from Australia to Bloomberg, Citigroup and Standard Chartered are scaling back staff or urging departures as the security situation deteriorates. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said his country is stronger than ever as it continues alongside the United States to wage war on Iran and Lebanon. And diplomatically, the scramble continues. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif met Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in Jeddah and pledged solidarity and cooperation for regional peace. India's Narendra Modi urged diplomacy in a call with Iran's president. Canada and Qatar also spoke in favor of de-escalation, but at the UN, the US and its Western allies clashed with Russia and China over Iran's nuclear program.
И нагнетали истерию вокруг якобы имеющихся у Ирана планов обрести ядерное оружие, которые ни разу не подкреплялись отчетностью МАГАТЭ, в отличие от того, что мы сегодня слышали от представителей США. И это делалось в целях реализации очередной военной авантюры против Тегерана и еще большей эскалации ситуации на Ближнем Востоке и за его пределами.
也是美国置自身信誉于不顾，与以色列两度在与伊朗谈判进程中悍然对伊动武，导致外交努力付诸东流。美国作为伊核危机的始作俑者，其所作所为违反国际法以及联合国宪章宗旨和原则，中方予以强烈谴责。
While the broader legal battle around Israel's conduct in Gaza also sharpened after the Netherlands and Iceland formally moved to join South Africa's genocide case at the ICJ. The conflict is stretching across Gulf airspace, shipping lanes, global oil markets, diplomatic forums, cyber systems, and evacuation routes, with no clear sign yet that either side is preparing to step back.